you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance. I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance.
Okay, that must be jelly, cause Jen don't shake like that. I'm tryna ruin your life, sweetie, no cap, that's facts. I'ma tell you the truth, you the living proof. I'm talking to 7 like she from heaven, intangible. Dog, she got that type of vibe that'll make you wanna cry. Put your pride to the side, cause your feelings hard to hide. Blessing like you hella shy. She gon' understand, cause you nothing like them other guys. This type of feeling is hard to find. It'll kill you if you even try. But luckily, Cupid shot me at the right time. I just wanna protect you, never neglect you. And ain't no need to make you mine, cause I already had you before I even met you. It's like, damn. Fuck Casanova, Umbrella, Romeo, and Juliet. They knock us down, but we get up. You my lady, yeah, Macbeth. I taught you how not to give her. The 12th night was a thriller. Othello could never get us. See?
I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance. I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance. I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance. I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance.
Okay, that must be jelly, cause Jen don't shake like that. I'm tryna ruin your life, sweetie, no cap, that's facts. I'ma tell you the truth, you the living proof. I'm talking to 7 like she from heaven, intangible. Dog, she got that type of vibe that'll make you wanna cry. Put your pride to the side, cause your feelings hard to hide. Blessing like you hella shy. She gon' understand, cause you nothing like them other guys. This type of feeling is hard to find. It'll kill you if you even try. But luckily, Cupid shot me at the right time. I just wanna protect you, never neglect you. And ain't no need to make you mine, cause I already had you before I even met you. It's like, damn. Fuck Casanova, Umbrella, Romeo, and Juliet. Cause down, but we get up. You my lady, yeah, Macbeth. I taught you how not to give her. The 12th night was a thriller. Othello could never get us. See?
I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance. I know you waiting for it. We can't both ignore it. I know it's important. We should make accordance.
They done took the man. They trying to take my boy, my man. They done got the man on a fake court. Oh Lord, this should be interesting. This should be interesting. And this should be very interesting, guys. Let's check this out. Jaguar taking Sean Davy Way to court. Look who the judge. Look who the judge is. I can't, and I cannot. Well, let's go.
Harassment, some heckling, and giving someone the tools to take themselves up out of here. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the panel. We have the prosecutor in here. Do we have the prosecutor?
Oh Lord.
Yes, here
Okay.
I am.
Oh Lord.
All right.
That's why Jaguar Wright Johnson.
Okay, there's Miss Jaguar Johnson. Ma'am, could you spell your name for the record, please?
What's up, my love?
JAGUARMFNWRIGHT Esquire.
Oh Lord.
Okay. And
Get your
do we have
popcorn.
any defense attorneys out there? Any defense attorneys?
No
Okay.
defense attorney, but I am the jury. My name is
Okay.
Ayasha Lachey Bay.
Okay, we have a juror in here. Okay, juror present. Okay.
Get the popcorn.
And your name is, ma'am, spell your name for the record.
SAHYASHAH Lachey LACHAA
Okay,
and
Nick.
Bay BEY.
Oh, wow, like Beyonce.
Oh Lord.
Oh, wow, how cool. All
Yeah,
right,
Lord.
and
her name backwards. She was once a Bay too.
oh, wow. Okay. And welcome to court. Welcome to court, may I add. And we do have a gentleman in here. Do we have is that the okay, we have the prosecutor. Do we have a DA in here?
And that could be me,
All right.
district attorney.
That
Kai.
is- Okay,
Kai.
could you spell your
Oh,
name for the
Lord.
record, sir?
Alrighty. KINGKAHCONSCIOUSNESS.
What? And what?
Before we move forward, can everybody cut your cams on and put your left hand up?
Oh Jesus.
We have one more person. Okay. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and give perfect commentary tonight in this courtroom?
Oh shit.
I need a verbal from everybody in the courtroom.
Yes.
It's a yes. Okay.
Nick.
All right. Now we can proceed. The
ask me
first
nothing.
piece of evidence we have Deontay. Is it what is it? Adrian Deontay. We have an Adrian Deontay on the docket versus a Jaguar Wright Johnson versus the Johnsons. Okay. Our first piece of evidence, I wanted to take the prosecutor to take a look at it. We have some footage of stalking, harassing phone calls, and heckling. Also, there is more video footage on the recordings of
oh my gosh.
a swatting. But let's go ahead and prosecutor, go ahead.
Oh
Absolutely,
Lord.
prosecutor, go ahead and run the clip of the heckling.
Let me roll this beautiful bean footage.
Hello? Yeah, can I help you? Yeah, you can. What do you want? Do you want to die still, or are you feeling like you want to die still? Do you feel like you want to die? Do you want to unalive yourself? Do you still want to unalive yourself? Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you get enough money, girl? Did you get enough money, girl? Did you get enough money, girl? You fucking unfair. Did you get enough money, girl? I'm waiting on you to send me my money. I'm waiting on you to send me my money. I'm waiting on you to send me my money. Name in your mouth. Send me my money. Cash out. 7, 6. Send me my money. Send me Are you sitting in the bathtub with a fucking radio or not? Okay, are you taking some pills in your hair right now? You gonna take a whole bottle of ibuprofen and some Excedrin? Or not, girl? I heard my Discord mates go and looking at your wrist and looking at knives and stuff, girl. Girl, you want to hear it, girl, why? It's so much more than life. Like, baby girl, remember her? Remember her? The boy that you left behind? Remember her? You still on the phone? Remember her? It's so much to live for, girl. Remember Bree? It's so much to live for, girl. I have a hotline number, girl. I would hate if you don't want to end it all, girl, because of little things you like, girl. Girl, there's so much more to live for.
Did you get your content? Are you done?
There's so much more to live for, girl. You don't have to call me back. You can block me again. You can block me again. You can block me again. You can block me again, girl. You can block me, girl. Are you done? Are you done? Are you still an idol, girl?
Send me my cash app.
You still want to end it,
Send me my
girl?
cash app.
What cash app? We spoke yesterday.
Hey,
That's all
my
that
God.
shit.
You done with your content?
That's all I owe you. All I owe you is being a dumbass bitch. You got that. You got that. You
You're like
got that sweet.
annoying.
Girl. La 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 la.
Bye.
Sorry to make that quota today.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. First witness.
Yes. My client is here,
Okay.
present. Ty
I don't know how I did that. So sorry.
Like to file a motion for a gag order. Um, Especially considering that, this person is showed just great disrespect for human life altogether. And I yield the floor.
Okay, so is that all you have?
Oh no, I'm sure we have more receipts, but I'll let you decide when we present all of the evidence.
If I could interject, it sounds like in that recording he wants to put a gag order on you.
Thank you, Nick. I didn't even
client you're
know.
speaking of.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Lucretia.
Okay, so who is he?
Adrian, is it Adrian Lewis we're speaking of?
Yes.
Now, let's just make sure that we are all looking at the proper documentation. I have received discovery, and let me just verify the defendant in this case. Let's see. Prosecution, did you send it? Okay, let's see. I believe you did. The court is going to take a quick recess. Can we get a 30 seconds on the clock, please?
Well, I just count deep inside my mind. Starting at 30.
Okay, we have an Adrian Lewis, born in October of 1996, age of 26. No, that's not him. Okay,
No, that's
I have
not him.
so many.
I think his birthday tomorrow. No, his birthday tomorrow. Okay. Get it together.
Is it the driving under the influence? Is that the charge that we're looking at?
Yes, that's the first charge that we're looking at. Apparently there were multiple charges.
Were you in the car?
No, I was not. No. None of us were in the car. He was with others, apparently, allegedly.
Okay. So we have DUI. Was he drinking did he appear to be drinking while he was on the phone with you?
I mean,
well,
he's very unhinged.
Where's your witness?
My witness is right here.
Okay, witness, come to the phone. And are we speaking about the same individual? This is Adrian Deontay Lewis.
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, how do you know this? Is this an ex-boyfriend? Is your husband?
I don't even know him. He's just weird.
Okay, ma'am.
He's not an ex-boyfriend or anything.
Ma'am, order in the court. Ma'am, are you dating this man? How did this man get your number? How was he personal with you? How does this tie in? Did you meet in passing?
Melissa, what?
I met him on YouTube, and then he got our number because.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah.
Madam, in this court, when we started earlier, you rose your left hand. Would you like to recant that, or would you like to apologize?
Hold up.
Because that can be used against you in a court of law.
Hold up. Melissa, say what? Girl. All y'all have several seats. Oh my God. Trust and believe our absolute truth will spit September 20th. Ain't no way it's going all way like y'all cray. Don't be giving her no kiss of Nicole. She the girl that told me to have several. Who having several seats? Them or me? Hey Denise, how you doing, baby? Ain't y'all way like tap y'all cray. who is crazy, me or them? I'm confused. Melissa Lee, who are I'm confused here? We just enjoying the goddamn show. We just watching a damn court thing. I would like to know. And you talk about her or me? Like what? Shoot. Let us be over here. Let us be. Let us be. Let us be. Let us be. Now let's get back to the order in the court. Order in the court, Jagged. Order in the court. Now let's get back. Court is back in session. That's why I say who. Because I'm reading, I'm confused. I'm confused here. Hold up. It's confused. All right. Thank you, Nick. Because I'm like, well, shit. You got to get back to court now. Let's go.
Would
She
you like to
talking to
protect your
you.
statement?
What? Get off the damn comments and answer the. You about
I
to.
said I met him. She said, "Do I run a recant it?" I never met him in real life. My number got doxxed, and he's been calling and harassing me ever since.
Would you like to talk to your attorney in private? Because you just told me in the courts two different stories.
You know what? Let me take a moment with my client,
Please.
because I don't, I think that phone call has messed with the mind. So I apologize, Your Honor. I just need a few moments to confer with my client.
Oh, God.
Confirmed.
Oh,
All right, we'll hear from the DA, and let's see how we are on the minutes. Do we still have someone in here checking the minutes?
Oh, God. Nick, what do we get ourselves
I
into?
think the time may be up. What I think the witness may be stating is that maybe she probably met her on the YouTube streets or somehow, some kind of way.
Okay.
You see what it
So we just got to get a
tells her.
story from her when she comes back up.
Tells her.
Okay, so Mrs. Bay, is that right? Is that Mrs.
Yes.
Okay. So Mrs. Bay, what I'm picking up is there's a three-way going on here. It sounds like to me, and I could be wrong, it sounds like a three-way is going on. And she's saying that she's online dating on YouTube, and she met this guy, and he's calling her phone, telling her to end herself. I mean, do they have children with each other? Because I know he was bringing up, he were naming off people. I want to know, were they ever in a relationship? And am I hearing this correctly, that they've never been in a relationship, but he has her number and he keeps calling her up?
Yeah, I don't think they ever been in a relationship. Sounds like he's more like an angry black man who wants control of a situation.
How old is he?
I don't know. What was the records that you announced? I heard you
Okay.
announce the birthday, but was it the right person or the wrong person?
It was the wrong person.
Wrong
I was
person.
looking at the wrong docket. I'm still waiting on some discovery, and we'll make our final judgment as as the case wraps up.
Yeah, when you mentioned Adrian, I just thought of Rocky. That was my first thought. I was like, well, when did he ever get a DUI in a movie?
Oh yeah. It's just really a lot, because there's a lot on this record. There is inattentive driving resulted in collision. So do you know if the defendant was in a car accident due to the DUI, or was that a separate incident? Because I got all this. I'm sorry.
Not sure. Not of my awareness. Not aware of that.
Okay, let me go ahead and make sure. Okay. And there's an aircraft. How did the aircraft get involved? Anyone? DA, did you get any of the information about someone owning a plane?
A plane?
Yes, actually
A plane.
in our investigation, the private investigator that we had on the case,
Oh Lord.
going through known associates and accomplices, found an elderly gentleman by the name, I believe, Bradley.
Mm.
Bradley something white.
Mm.
Very white Midwest last name. Apparently, this man has been financing Mr. Lewis's exploits and has a Cessna plane.
Oh wow. So
Mhm.
okay. So is this like a love triangle? I mean, you have this woman here. This man is blowing her phone up, and then you have another man that owns a plane. Is there any illegal activity going on that I should know about, or the court should know about?
Oh Lordy.
Well, everything that I must say at this point in time, right now, I'll have to say is alleged,
Oh, okay.
but it's feeling very Epstein Islandish to me.
Oh shit. Mm-mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm
And
getting Epstein vibes.
okay, can you dig deep into that? Like, give me a little hint of where you're going with that, so the
Well,
court's following you.
apparently, in this man's life,
Mm.
this life of his with all these unforced errors, he's been involved with allegedly with prostitution.
Mm. Mm.
And as you know, he was working, you know, he found some companions that kind of took him in, you know, like make a wish style, you know. And they've been there's a couple of them. Yeah, and then there's somebody else. It's very strange stuff. There's children involved. There's all kinds of things going on.
Okay, should we reach out to Child Protective Services? Is it to that limit?
Well,
Should I make an order for Child
anybody who
Protective
spends their
Services to do a
time,
wellness check?
anybody who spends their time hunting down innocent people who they don't know, trying to destroy their life, humiliating them in front of over 1,000 people for the sake of giving someone money and then stiffing them on the back end. I mean, the kind of stuff he's got going on, the kind of things that he says, I can't see that as a person that's fit to raise children.
Well, you know what, Mrs. Johnson, the first Johnson, not the second Johnson. Johnson. You know, I just want to say Johnson to you guys, but I know that's your client. Well, listen here. I'm going to make you a deal. I'm going to go on a 5-minute recess.
Huh?
I need to make some phone calls and I need to get some records before I can pass this court date off.
Huh?
And so if we're all in agreement, I'll hear from the DA and see how he feels before I go on this recess. Mr. DA, how do you feel about everything that's going on? Pretty much a summary. What are you getting? Are you getting the same thing I'm getting?
Yeah, I'm getting that we need a brief intermission to think this over, discuss some things. Yeah.
Because I can't advise you. I'm just a judge. I can't advise you to do anything, right?
I don't know.
Yes. So we do need that recess, if you don't mind.
Well,
Okay.
in that case, we will mute up and let's confer. If you don't mind, Your Honor, I'd like to play a little music.
Oh no.
Absolutely.
I think it's very soothing and very calming.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is all very upsetting.
Okay, prosecutor. Now, is this your courtroom? Hey. All right. Court is adjourned. We are going to go on a quick recess. It is 8:32 p.m. Central Time. We will be back here at 8:37. Court has been adjourned.
And I have everything I'd ever asked for.
My. Oh man. Oh man.
Got a call from a when the weather's
I'd like to start by saying a few things, if I may.
Have at it.
Thank you. When Taisha Johnson came into my life,
Oh Lord.
I had no idea who she was. I had no idea she existed.
Mm-mm.
She was brought into my life as, or should I say, presented into my life as a blessing. She put her name on my bond without even meeting me so that I could be released from jail to fight my case on the street rather than behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
What she did was a beautiful thing. It was a selfless act.
Mm-hmm.
What made it wrong
What?
was all of the nasty little underhanded dealings that were happening behind it. Now, whether Taisha Johnson knew that she was a part of a plot really doesn't matter. I believe the evidence that we are going to present tonight will show that she was used as a pawn, played like a heart from hell, and then escorted out in front of a virtual crowd to be destroyed.
Oh.
And we all watched nearly 2,000 people chant as a gay black man destroyed a lesbian black woman.
Oh. Ah.
All for clicks and views and to find a way to try to hurt me.
Oh, my.
I think it's disgusting, egregious. His nefarious dealings and his underhanded tactics have been nothing less than psychotic. And the simple fact that before we even made it into court tonight, he would call her to heckle her just so he could turn around and go live. Again, I find it very interesting. I would also like to introduce another tie-in into this story. The talented Mr. Ricketts, also known as Not Not.
Oh, Not.
Some of the evidence that we have submitted to the court here today has already been put out there by Mr. Ricketts. Mr. Ricketts is the first person that brought the arrest, the charges, what happened, when it happened. The only thing that he seemed to have gotten wrong was where it happened.
Oh.
And for someone who's supposed to be as intelligent as Mr. Ricketts, I do not understand how you could get all of these details right, but get the most important one wrong. And considering that he went on to use that information as content to prove that he had Mr. Lewis served with a lawsuit in Minneapolis, it mystifies me because, as you will see, the evidence shows that incident did not happen in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And
I'm not doing a panel, boss
I would
lady.
appreciate it if the court recorder could please start presenting some of the evidence that we have given to the court today.
All right, where's the evidence? Can we get some video, audio recordings of Mr. Rick? Is it Mr. Rackets?
Mr. Ricketts. Well, the recordings that we have of Mr. Ricketts, we can, let's review.
Let's review.
I do have some evidence of,
Okay, wherever you want to start, the courts are just gonna follow along with you.
Absolutely. 1 second here. Let me pull up my files. Let's start here.
Hi, this is Denai. Please leave your name, number, and a brief message. I will get back to you as soon as possible. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
This is evidence
of
a crime.
Order in the court. What was that?
Now I want y'all to ask yourselves, if you can listen to this and not hear a crime, what does that really say about who you are?
Hello? Did you call? Oh, yeah, hey, how's it going? I see you, little escapade on Clubhouse, and I'm just wondering what's your end game.
What escapade?
Oh, you ain't go on Clubhouse and listen to them lies about me?
Oh, no, I went to Clubhouse to sit down with my little brother.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the same little brother that literally stole my platform and act like he's somebody?
Well, that's funny because a lot of other trusted sources did show the evidence of you lying and in your profile that you were married to him, which is kind of pathetic.
Yeah. So, just so we're clear, you know the little Dominican boy named Stevie Nunez? Yeah, he's the culprit behind it. That told me if I wanted to keep an account, I had to be in a friendship with him and a trusted resource. So you got to ask the right questions. You know that.
I definitely trust Ion more than I will ever trust you.
I mean, you both are the same. Both of you act like celebrities know you and encounter each other when none of you have actual proof of that. So,
well,
of course,
right now what you're doing is fishing. What you need to do is tell Esoteric that his cousin is on notice. And if y'all motherfuckers keep trying to fuck with my life, I'm going to make sure all these motherfuckers end up in oblivion.
Oh, you know what? You know what's next? Oh, this is great that I taught you a new word because you never said oblivion, and so I have picture that. But anyways, you know what's so crazy is I actually was calling you to tell you what's been happening. So we was looking at laws and stuff, and given the fact that somebody anonymously released their porno with Goomba is going to be decimated. And so not only Clubhouse and YouTube, but we want everybody that know you to know we're going to actually put money behind promoting it. We're going to actually release your world.
With my husband?
Yeah, it's the World Star Hip Hop, and Whack 100, we're going to release it on you. Yes.
That's what you're intending to do?
Oh, that's what I've been intending to do for months with Whack 100.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna make you famous.
Okay.
It's graphic. So.
Well, it's really not that graphic. Not much showing. The only thing that you could really see was me giving my husband fellatio, which that's what Wrights do.
Oh, no. You've been talking about me nonstop for 3 days now, and I haven't even responded. And I'm like, okay, maybe she'll stop you. There's no stop to you.
So I just want to be clear. You're calling me to warn me that you're about to release the sex tape that I made with my husband that originated and only exists on his phone to World Star.
It didn't only exist on his phone because Google sold that phone. And when he sold that phone, because he no longer had that phone, when he sold that phone,
he sold the phone.
Yeah, he forgot to clear it out, and so somebody else.
Who did he sell the phone to? Who did he sell the phone to?
I mean, I'm pretty sure he sold it to somebody with some deep pockets. They sent me $25,000+, right?
Wow.
So, he's not responsible for
So
what
he
happened.
sold it to Esoteric?
No, he didn't sell it to Esoteric. What are you talking about? Like, what's your
You know
obsession?
that bitch's gun, right?
She has,
goofy bitch's gun.
she has a second-degree relationship to Jay-Z, right?
I don't give a fuck what relationship she got.
Okay, well, I
That
think
fucking little whack ass bitch and you are about to be finished.
How we about to be finished?
You'll see. Prepare for your final thrill.
Well, hopefully
Make it
you
a
don't
good
go
one.
to
Do your
jail.
big one.
Huh?
Do your big one.
Okay, so
If all you got left is the sex tape, then do your big one.
So do you want to cease this, or what's going on? Because you told a lot of lies about me too.
I haven't told any lies about you.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. What I have said are the things that people have told me about you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And when was these things told to you about me?
Oh, not. Don't you worry about that. I think the part that you're having the biggest problem with is the fact that you're just realizing now that I am smarter than you.
I don't think so, Jag. I think you're doing exactly what I want you to do. You're saying exactly what I want you to say. I don't think you see the bigger picture at all. You literally just allow me. You literally are the content on YouTube, but you just mitigated it with Clubhouse, and I'm the true king of Clubhouse. You can go to Lipstick Alley and
No,
figure it
you're
out.
not. Everyone said you're not.
Okay, well,
There was over 2,000 people in that room, and they all said you were a fraud, you were a liar, you were a piece of shit. They ran you out of there. The only reason Elaine became relevant at all was because of her beef with Ion, and that's that. So, is that it?
Oh, you don't know how Clubhouse
Is
works.
that it? Is all you got is the sex with my husband?
Yeah, well, you don't know how Clubhouse works, obviously, but,
Good luck.
Well,
Good luck,
Now, people are asking in the chat, what's new T? And someone also mentioned in the chat that Not did a live today, so concerned for my mental well-being, and all he wants me to do is get help. But this recording is from just a couple, barely a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And clearly he was trying to incite me, push me over the edge, threatened to release a revenge porn tape of me that was supposedly stolen, that yet has not been released. I find this evidence of collusion. See, people are under the impression here on YouTube that Denat and the official King Kane and Sean Davy Way are enemies. But that's not true. It's not true at all. They've been working together for months. Denat has said in the past that Sean Davy Way had approached him and wanted to hire him to take over the lituation and be the face of it and remove King Payne. To which brings us all down to here. So I want to know, this young man who supposedly has so much concern for people, who supposedly is fighting for the right and fighting against all of the bad, why is he protecting these people in the backdrop? Why did he lie about having Sean Davy Way served? Why did he lie saying that he had boots on the ground in Minnesota when the evidence that we have here, that we have presented to the court, says the exact opposite? By the way, is it time now? Can we start showing the receipts of where the confusion comes in?
Before we got into that, I was just going to recommend that you submit a statement, and so we can subpoena him to court so he can answer to that. And I want you to submit that documentation to just, the discovery that you have, the video that you just played. And who is
Esoteric.
Okay.
She is also another known accomplice.
We need to get her on the subpoena as well. And it sounds to me like, Miss Johnson, that this is going to turn into a RICO case. Are you prepared to go
Could
into
be.
a RICO case?
Could be.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Could be. And we all look stupid, right? And then we all be
We
looking
already.
stupid.
It's an organization.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like it's an organization.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Does it seem
for months
organized
now,
to you?
I'm sorry, please.
Does it seem organized to you?
Well, it definitely seems organized to me. I'd like to hear
allegedly
opinions from other people.
Who's esoteric?
Excuse me.
Okay. I know you guys got me in here, but I am going to have to step down, and I'm going to
Absolutely.
feel free to send any discoveries or information that you have, and I'll when I get in the morning, I'll check my emails and I'll contact your attorneys. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this off for how much time do you guys need to kind of pull the discovery together? Would you need a
Well,
week
we're
or
going
two?
to work on that right here live as soon as you adjourn court.
Okay. Okay, so the next time I'll return, that'll be September 8th, 2023 on the calendar. Does that work for everybody?
Yes.
And we'll meet back at 9 p.m.
Eastern Standard or Central Time?
We'll do Central 9, Eastern 10 p.m. and Pacific that is
Would
what,
be
8
7
p.m.
p.m.
7.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your
See you
Honor.
next time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out, and I'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Now that we've presented our evidence on record, Ayasha,
Peace, love.
peace. Is it possible we can share some of the receipts that we have found and discovered with the audience tonight?
Yes.
What?
Are we ready to set up like we did earlier?
Stop, Carter.
Yes, I am. Let me pull them up.
Okay.
Don't force me.
When you're hunting down an adversary who seems to be invisible, it requires a lot of time and a lot of digging. The problem with cyber crimes are they come and they go. They disappear so fast. If you are not there present to catch people in the act, there's no evidence. You can't go to a law enforcement agency and ask them to sit down and watch 40 hours worth of content without any real direction. But we have been doing our due diligence, and this is what we've discovered. Ayasha, are we ready?
Yep, so I'm gonna have to turn my screen on for this.
That's fine.
So the first one right here, I'm gonna make it bigger.
Watch lady stupid.
Put it up close so y'all can see and read.
What
are the Schedule 4 controlled substance examples?
Yes.
So he was under influence while driving, taking different narcotics. Yeah, I can see that.
And this is what was found.
As far as him going into jail, right?
Yes.
The second one right here, I guess this will be the sugar daddy, allegedly, jet that he have.
The Cessna plane.
Right. And I'm going to mute up, okay? I'm going to just
That's
slide
fine.
it up.
Okay.
No, we can't see that. Enter that color.
Ayasha,
We can't see
Yes,
that.
love.
I think you're going to need to unmute. You're going to need to read
Okay.
those receipts because everyone can't see them. Is there any way that you can jump on the link and show it that way like we did earlier today?
Well, let me see. I'm learning how to.
It's all right.
So let me see if I could. See, I'm learning how to do this on my end because it's not letting me open the file or it's not letting me share my screen.
Well, could you just do us a favor then? Because you have such a lovely voice. Could you show
Okay.
the evidence and possibly just read it to the audience so that they can see what you're saying? Oh, and know this, all documents will be posted
Okay.
after this presentation.
An intensive driving resulting in a collision. Location, Roger Country, Oklahoma. Court date, 12/15/2006. Date of offense was 11/14/2006. The court case, I don't know if you want me to get that number, but just in
That's
case,
fine.
records TR-2016-4236. The court case description was a district court disposition was a bond. The closure status is date is 12/15/2006, and I'm going to just put it up just for y'all to it's kind of small, but there you have it.
Now, there's something very interesting about what you're reading here as you continue to read. I'm very curious. Did you say Oklahoma?
Yes, Oklahoma. And that's another thing too. Give me 1 sec. That's another thing I noticed too with the was it not him giving misinformation on the location of where he did it. I noticed that he did that on his channel also when he stated he was in Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets back to his normal location and says that he was in Washington. So that was kind of weird to me.
Now, let's just try to tie this together. Adrian D. Lewis was accused by Donat of doing everything that you're reading right now, correct?
Right.
But he said that it all happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Correct.
Yet, all of these offenses, though he was correct about those, happened in a completely different state.
Right, which is where, like, how wouldn't you know where the information and the location was if you're explaining the information?
So, basically, the way it's shaping up right now, Sean Davieway committed all of these crimes. He was arrested for these crimes in Oklahoma, not in Minnesota.
Correct.
So why would Donat lie and say that it happened in Minnesota and that's how he got his address and to have him served with the so-called lawsuit? That doesn't make any sense.
There was never no actual court filing. Maybe he just made up the story and making it seem like something that it's not. Or maybe he just knew the detail of the information.
Yes, someone is asking in the chat, do we have the docket and case number?
Yes, the court case number is TR-2017-03840. And that particular one, if it's the same, let me check and make sure, is for speeding. He was driving over the speed limit, 16 to 20 miles per hour.
While under the influence.
While under the influence. Yes. And it says, well, resulting in a collision.
So it resulted in a collision.
Interesting. Here's another
and
one.
all of this happened in Oklahoma.
Right.
My.
And that particular one, the court date was set for January 3rd, 2018.
Well, this sounds very troubling. Because what it sounds like is that not intentionally deceived the public by creating a story around an actual story, even though he knew the real details, but still concealing the truth. Now, why would you do that for an enemy?
Sound like, are they enemies? That's the question.
That's the question. Are they really enemies? And then when you look at how judgmental and how predatorial he is over his so-called alliances and friendships, I'm trying to understand how he got upset with Miss Cat for sitting with us, but seems to be perfectly okay with Esoteric sitting with the official kingpin in my ass. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe because Esoteric probably was a nobody to him, and maybe because Cat wasn't she on his panel?
Well, I mean, she was on his panel.
But so now he's jealous of her being on, you being on her panel.
Exactly. But why would that be an issue considering that we met on his panel? I didn't know Miss Cat until I met her there, and he introduced us.
Right.
So why would that be an issue?
She got a powerful voice.
Cat does have a powerful voice. It's why I grew to like her. But once again, there's all of this canoodling going on in the backdrop. And they all seem to be working in tandem, but appearing to be against one another. Nobody seems to live where they're supposed to. Nobody is who they say they are. Everyone is hiding, lying, gaslighting, pretending. And the simple fact that Sean Davy Way called Tawana Brown Williams, who we were accused of doing harm to and ended up being swatted because of, and offering her money to drop the charges on the swatting case. I find that even more interesting. And on that note, I'd like to bring Ty into the conversation because she is the witness to this very real thing. Okay? All right. Could you please let us know how you were informed that Sean Davy Way has been calling Tawana Brown Williams and offering her money to drop the charges on the swatting case?
I heard it out of her mouth. I was in her presence yesterday, and she shared that with me. She said that someone called, a male, as she say, faggot, called her, and a woman called her and offered her money to drop the case. And she declined.
Now, for people who are still willing to believe that Adrian Deontay Lewis is not afraid of this swatting case, why would he call and offer money to get her to drop it? Can someone make that make sense to me?
Sounds like he probably had something to do with it because, you know, if you don't have anything to do with it, you wouldn't insert yourself in it.
Like for somebody who's supposed to not be worried. Please, Kai, please weigh in.
In my humble opinion, he is trying to cover his ass because he knows they find out, he knows that if they find out the person who called and called them people to SWAT that lady's house, he know the cops are coming for his ass. That's why he's trying in all ways possible to get them to not prosecute, because this swatting case is for real. You don't, this is deep. And that's my theory.
Now, Ty, I
you,
need to
love.
ask you a couple questions.
Yes.
Maybe.
What was it like for you to be back in that house after what happened to us there?
It was hard. I couldn't even lay in the bed. I laid on the floor. I kept checking the window. It just was dark and gloomy and scary. Heard people outside. Wasn't sure if the police was being called. It was just frightening. It just brought a whole lot of anxiety back. Couldn't sleep or anything.
I'll never be able to go in that house again and feel the love that I once felt in that house before. After that, I find it interesting that everybody is so quick to sweep that under the rug, because tomorrow it will be 4 weeks since we were sitting live on camera with guns pointed at our head.
Can I say something?
Yes, please, honey.
Remember when you were trying to talk about it when we left, and you were saying how it had affected you, and I was like being nonchalant about it. But like going back there, I realized like that really did affect me, and I just stuck those feelings down. But yeah, that was too much.
Like we had a whole moment. It was about what, a week ago? And I looked at you and I said, I know I've been affected. And I know it's present between us. It's showing up between us. The arguments, me being extra tense, me being extra guarded, me being extra prepared. I knew in that moment it was affecting us. And I got so mad at you when you were like, oh, I'm past it. It's cool. It's whatever. It's over. And I'm like, no, you're not. If I'm affected, I know you are. And I got so angry with you because you always accuse me of being a machine. You always accuse me of not being vulnerable. And in that one moment, it was like, here I am telling you that I'm not a machine in this moment. I'm human in this moment. That shit fucked me up. And you were like, oh, no big deal. And honestly, after that, things did change between us. The way I looked at you, the way you talked to me, the way I talked to you, the way we treated each other. And everybody has seen us move on and go on and get past it. but we never got past it. Just because you keep moving on doesn't mean you're actually leaving something behind because you haven't dealt with it. When I think about me and you sitting on that curb, watching them raid that house, and you got your arms wrapped around me, and I'm ready to just. Ah! When you look now, especially going back there without me, and let's be honest about everything that you experienced when you went back. Can you walk us through what that was like? Going back to a place where there was love, where there was family, where we were good, we were cool. You know what I mean? We were building up because we kept taking hits, but kept holding on. And when we left, we knew we had to leave, not because we were thrown out. We knew we couldn't stay. Like, forget somebody throwing me out. There is no way I'm ever going to be in that house again and not see a rifle pointed at my head. So I'm just curious. Can you give everybody just a little breakdown on what that was like?
Like I said, I didn't think it bothered me until I stepped foot in there. And the energy was just different. It was dark. It was like we had good times there with the music and singing and laughing. Like it was just gone. It just didn't exist anymore. It's an eerie feeling. When I came in, they were just like telling me what I can and cannot do, can't talk to you, stay away from you, don't get online. This is a case. It just made me nervous, anxious. I felt like they were accusing us of doing that, like we were in on it. It was just a down vibe in there. And then when I went in the room and I didn't see our things there, like we had good times in that room. I couldn't even lay in the bed because I was nervous. So I just laid on the floor and kept looking out the window and just was waiting for time to pass. Because, like, why did I come back here?
Why did you go back there? Because people in the chat are asking.
One, I didn't think it really bothered me, us getting swatted. So, and I was like, well, they had our mail there. So I was like, I can get the mail. And it was just somewhere for me to stay, hopefully to get back to you.
Because people keep saying in the chat that I sent you there.
You didn't. I went on my own. They're the only people I knew in Dallas. My cousin not here, so, and I didn't want to leave Dallas.
Why didn't you want to leave Dallas?
I didn't want to leave you.
Do you feel like some of the choices that you've made over the course of the past 48, 72 hours, how do you feel about your choices, honestly?
I need to slow down. I really need to slow down and think about what I'm going to do instead of reacting. Like, I need to grow up. And I just think they were poor choices that I made, because why would I run away from somebody that loved me and I loved them? And then especially go back to a place that wasn't good for me. No memories that were good. They're gone now. They don't even exist.
True Embrace. you are not welcome here. Go back to your maker. Go back to your maker. Ash's world, go back to your maker, because ain't nobody going to prison. Go back to your maker. We're not talking about anything but what we got on the table tonight. Now, you just said something real key and real clutch. You said, why did I leave someone who I didn't want to leave? Why did I run from someone who I love and who loves me? Why did you run? And tell the truth. Tell people what you told me.
I don't remember what actually all that I said, but I can
You
tell
said
you
that
what.
Sean Davy Way told you I was the head of the troll farm.
He ain't the only one who said that. You said it so far. Vaccination, text messages, comments of people saying that you were head of the troll farm and that you were lining me up. And Molly girl, you in danger.
How long have they been telling you that I'm the head of the troll farm and that I'm lining you up?
Since you've been official.
Mm. So for almost 3 months,
Yep.
people have been pumping into your head, I'm the head of the troll farm. I'm out to get you. I just need to ask you this. What made you believe them?
What made me believe them? Because I was just unsure. Like some of the things, some of the stuff that you told me, like that will happen. And I'm just like, how do you know this is going to happen if you ain't behind it?
Can
It just tripped me up.
can I interject for a second, TJ?
Please, I ask you.
I would like to say that I don't think Jag is the head of the troll farm, but this is about her. So in that content, I could see her it being about her, and that's why they use her as content because this is all about Jag. That's all they've been doing is turning on Jag since the breakup or since the fallout. Now you were placed there because you were an option to help get her name on the bond. I guess you agreed to that. However, you came to them and however they met you, before you knew anything about, bond and stuff. I'm pretty sure you were following along on some occasions, but with you just having that open voice to step up for her, I think Jag just knew the circle, the type of people that you were going to be around. So it was just like a heads up for just be careful of people, period, because this is a dangerous thing that that's going on. Jag is who she is. She's been exposing people for so long, and especially the industry. So now that the cameras are on her and her life, I think they're just basically saying beware of Jag because she's this way, this way, this way. But it's like, no, she's real. She's who she is. And you being there with her, um, and you not really sure probably of things, and you keep in contact, so it made it look very confusing. But I don't think Jag is against you in any kind. If that's the case, she wouldn't have took Legina crazy ass, and she was there to help Legina. It's a different situation though. With you between you and Legina, it's a whole different situation. But just with her having that open arm and that loving heart to help Legina figure out if she is or if she ain't, which we all know she ain't. Jag was still willing to help her in her situation to get whatever it is that she needs to get out the way. You, on the other hand, you came out of love and to support her to help her get out of her situation, not knowing who each other is and our history with each other. So you guys had to learn each other, and everything has spiraled out of control, and a lot of things that got you upset, TJ, about being in the situation. It's just them trying to come against y'all and to stop y'all from growing together. That's how I see it.
And I agree with that. And too, like in the beginning, Jack was like, they're her handlers. And I'm like, when you have a handler, somebody handles you.
I think she says a lot of that stuff because they throw it out there. Even if we all remember back in the days, not back in the days, but in the beginning of this year when she met Solar and people were in the chat saying, "Oh, she's what were they calling you, the Jack? The new whatever they
Yeah,
were."
the new head priestess of the
Yeah,
Garden Nation.
so they ran with that, kind of like what Kanye did. Kanye said, "These people want to call me dumb, stupid, retarded. I'm going to run with it. I'm gonna show y'all stupid. I'm gonna show y'all retarded." And he's still out there doing his thing, just as Jag is, and they can't stop her, and that's why they mad. So not necessarily say, "Oh, they her handler," but she's gonna take it and run with it, and shit.
Well, this is the thing. I think what the biggest problem was for Taisha is the fact that I'm never wrong. I call things before they happen.
Right.
Days, weeks, months. Now you can call it whatever you want to call it. You can call it intuition. You can call it a special gift. You can call it this. You can call it that. But what God blessed me with was sight and insight. I prayed for divine wisdom as a child. I loved King Solomon in the Bible. And I love the fact when God told him, all you got to do is pray to me and ask me for anything and I'll give it to you. He said, give me wisdom. And I prayed for the same thing. And I do have that. I'm able to understand and see people better than most, which literally makes me an outsider most of the time. Because most people can't believe how accurate I am in what I do. And I think for you, in my opinion, TJ, you just had a hard time believing that someone was really that capable, that accurate, that on it, not guessing, but doing, calling, and making it so. And what that basically just meant is you really didn't believe in me for me. Now, why you didn't, I don't know. But looking at it now, when you watch how all of this has played out, what's your opinion about me and all of that now?
That you are right. That you are right. I should have listened. Um, you know, surrendering your whole life to someone, or not your life, but just going on that blind faith of someone you just knew, that was hard. That was an adjustment because I thought I had my life under control. So now I'm sitting here and what I experienced these, during the time we were separated, like I just wish I would have listened to you and took heed to what you told me. And I sit with regret.
Yeah, you don't have to sit with the regret. You just move on from it. That 10 steps, 20 steps ahead of a person is always good to have. Like she said, that insight, that intuition, it kicks in because you could just see people for who they are. Just listen to them speak.
The biggest problem that I have with it all, though, is that you felt more comfortable listening to liars than you did the woman who lays next to you every night who tells you the truth. That's the part that fucks me. Including Sean. Every last one of these people have lied to you about one thing or another, and I have not. And yet you were willing to believe them. and call me the liar. You were willing to believe them and allow their narratives to work out. The hardest part about yesterday was watching you get handled by them, knowing what it was. And knowing it was Giovanni's birthday. And knowing this nigga had no good intention for you. And I had to sit there and watch that on my son's birthday. All of that was done intentionally to fuck with me. And you signed up for it because you were worried about what?
Finding you.
Getting money to find me. But you wouldn't have had to find me if what?
But it came home like you asked me to.
See, we got a problem in our society right now where niggas just really don't like believing the truth. People literally have an absolutely miserable time accepting what is real. Now, if you got a problem with reality, that's on you, but that's a personal motherfucking problem. But do not try to make an enemy out of me or a monster out of me because I am honest. I live in the truth. I eat it. I breathe it. I push it through. How many times, how many different lies have we found to not in the past 2 months? How many different lies have we heard Adrian Deontay Lewis tell? See, it's so funny because when he lies, before he gets choked up in it, he has 15 different accounts that work directly underneath him that sit there and work his story for him so he can sit back and look like he's benevolent and look like he's the boss and look like he knows it all. It's easy to defend your lies when you have a team of people repeating it round the goddamn clock. How many lies have we caught Michael Braggs in? Wasn't he the one that lied and said you didn't bond me out, that it was the lawyer?
Yeah, that was.
Like they asked you to do this, and then he didn't want to give you credit for it.
Right. He didn't even want me to talk to you. Like, but I talked to you like how many days later?
I've been out for about 3 or 4, about 2-3 days.
Yeah, he didn't even want me to talk to you. They didn't even want
Hey,
me
Sha.
to help you.
What's up,
Even when you
baby?
asked about the food,
Welcome.
don't send her nothing. I already sent her something. When you left the Silver Lemon home, let her be outside. She can stay outside.
But these were supposed to be my friends. They were representing themselves as my friends. I also have another recording that I posted up on my channel of that same nigga bragging about removing me from my family, bragging about taking all of my possessions, bragging about destroying my life. And any of you motherfuckers who have the audacity to come in here and say anything, you're just as disgusting as he is, and you're going to burn in hell right with him. Know this from this point forward on any channel that I am affiliated with. If I see any of you motherfuckers that be over there with them demons, you will be banned, blocked, period, on sight. Don't nobody want to hear your fucking comments. Don't nobody want to see shit from none of y'all motherfuckers. If you can support a bunch of lying ass, fucking nasty ass faggots who run around running down women, black women, and you support it, we don't need your support. Take your fucking ass over there. And on that note, I'm going to ask the panel to give some final thoughts, and we're going to have to come back for a part 2 because right now, TJ's starting to get a little bit emotional because this is the first time she's seen me in a couple of days. And for her mental health like, this is the thing that's tripping me out. The only thing that makes TJ content is me. Period. The only thing that made Naisha content was me. The only thing that made Dirty Nikki content was me. The only thing that made my husband content was me. All of these motherfucking people who they running around doing this, saying this, blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. None of you would know them if they didn't know me. None of you would be using them for content if you couldn't put my name fucking first. So the second that I walked away from Ty, the hate should have stopped. It should have moved on. But it didn't. They kept on. Now, I'm going to turn it over to the panel and yield the floor for final thoughts as we prepare for part 2. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Thank you for having us all up here, and thank you for doing what you do every day and keep speaking your truth, Jag, because it needs to be heard. A lot of people is blind to what's going on in these streets, YouTube streets, the industry, and the world, period. And we need to wake up so that we can all come together and make this bread together, build whatever we need to build on whatever land we need to get, and make things happen. And thank you, and peace to the panel and to the chat.
Absolutely. Octavia, do you have any final thoughts for this evening?
Yes, we have unpacked a lot. I'll piggyback off Aisha. Thank you for sharing, you and TJ. I hope all is well now. We will stay tuned for part 2, and I just thank you for allowing me to be here.
Well, I love you.
Love you too.
So I'm grateful that you're here. And from our young king, who's speaking from a male perspective, a Black male perspective, I need you to take it home.
I want to say it's very foul, very degrading, very nasty, narcissistic behavior, and it's a war waged on us, our people, and I want to say the people, the CCs, and these people are really devoted to extinguishing the validity of Jaguar Wright. If they really want to get rid of Jaguar Wright, or a so-called barrier, what quote unquote barrier, and leave her alone, why don't you stop talking about it? But it's like these people are just so addicted, and it's like it's sad, really is sad. We're gonna come back with part 2, and just open y'all mind, or have y'all third eye open, and do what y'all got to do. You know, that's all I gotta say, and I bow
I
out.
think we're all getting to the point where we're becoming overwhelmed with how unacceptable behavior is on this red app.
It's true.
It is so true. And just know, Jag is the content. She can always go different ways with this YouTube stuff. She don't have to keep it on these content creators. She's bigger than this app.
Period.
So y'all stay tuned.
But the battleground for me right now is this app.
Yes, it is.
Because as big of a blessing as this app can be for us, it can also equally be just as big as a curse.
Yes, Lord.
For every one of us people who are looking for real synergy, real community, real creativity, real honest content creating that can make our communities proud. For every one of us, there's 10 of these fucking illiterate pieces of fucking shit. Scam artists. Now, if y'all want to run around trusting some weirdo who doesn't tell the truth about where he lives, doesn't tell the truth about what he actually does, doesn't tell the truth about who he's actually with, doesn't tell the truth about anything at all. For y'all to sit there and champion that over honesty, all it lets me know is there's going to be a lot of people burning up and going to hell. That's all it lets me know.
Mm-hmm.
I tell Ty all the time, I can't really get invested in feeling, too much for these people because they've already chosen a path, and their path is to die.
Yeah. Have you no principle? It just went out the fucking window. Like bringing
Don't
up
even
this.
matter. It don't even matter. And meanwhile, if what we're saying is so irrelevant, why are these niggas now going live around the clock?
Mm-hmm. Day after day.
Why are they
Live after
going
live.
live around the clock? I'm making niggas get up in the middle of the night and do lives on their toilet to keep up with the truth I'm pushing out. But make no mistake about it. After everything that we've witnessed and seen, day for day, we will be hunting down everyone involved in that swatting case because of all of the people involved. We are the only two victims that actually had guns pointed at us. And if you can't support that, then apparently you can support nothing. We ask for your support so that we can create something beautiful. And you'd rather support lies, hazing, cyber terrorism, gang stalking, and swatting.
Even in the lift, like today, I didn't see like the destination. I had asked her like, "Where are you taking me?" Like I was really paranoid, even in the lift. Like even though you put the address in, I still was paranoid, and I was like, "Where are you taking me?" It just made me real nervous. Like gang stalking really does exist. It does. And then she went on to tell me that her family was being stalked too, because her family member was a football player here or something that died. And now they're being stalked. So it really does exist. And I wish people would take it serious.
Well,
Right.
the only people that don't want to take it seriously are the people that are profiting from it. But make you no mistake, there are real life consequences for these YouTube games. And if any of uh Adrian Deontay Lewis fans who are still here want to go run tell him something, why don't y'all ask him to tell you why he called Tawana Brown Williams and offered her money to drop the charges if he had nothing to do with it? Make it make sense, niggas. Make it make sense. And on that note,
my note.
me and Ty got a lot of talking to do. We haven't seen each other in a couple of days. Who knows when we'll be back live or not? But we definitely we'll be back on the 8th for part 2. We are going to run this down in the court of common sense. We want to thank Judge Winfriend, aka Queen Tulsa, for coming through and bringing a little levity.
Woo! That part one. That part one. This was live. This was live. So I did not want to keep talking. Because if you cut it off, you miss some. I didn't want to talk over them. You miss some. So I guess we gotta wait for part 2. Now, tomorrow, I do want to talk about that Brit. I posted that today. But then unexpectedly I had a little run around to do. Because I would like to know, what are we talking about? Why is there conversations that trying to figure out about a woman getting hit with a brick? What is the conversation? How do you have a conversation trying to figure out how do you get? Matter of fact, I might go on my other channel and do that. I think I just might do that. Then I don't want to fall asleep on you. I don't want to do the lean back. I might do lean back on you, but I definitely want to cover that because that is it's very disgusting that you have all these men sitting around here having a conversation. And then it's, oh, he's not American. He is. Who gives a damn? They don't respect your women because you don't. Well, all the black men got it. No, all the black American man, nothing. Everybody think it's okay to abuse the black women. And the black American black men feel that it's okay because he may not have been American. Not saying, hey, there ain't gonna be no repercussions. There's no we could do everywhere we go. Everybody think because our men don't care. But see, what they failing to realize is, I'm glad you're happy that women are getting violated. I'm so glad you're happy. That's how we know you, all of you guys who's speaking upon it in that type of way, we know you don't care about the black men because they are going to jail. Yeah, you may get some clicks and views. Yeah, you may make some money off the abused black woman and cheer on the black man. Oh, they don't need our help. It does, but it's okay to see more and more black men, black boys going to jail. Instead of showing them how to stay out of jail, you're showing them one way to get into jail. And I don't care how you say it. If it's evidence, there is evidence. Oh, if he hit that lady in the face, what did she do? Well, she had to do something. You are sending your own black men to jail by justifying their behavior. But congratulations. You feel good. A black woman got hurt. Oh, she shouldn't have been there. Oh, they got too much mouth. You can say whatever you want to say, but them men are still going to jail. They're going to jail. So y'all can sit there and get all the clicks and views you want to make you guys feel better. But the flip side of that, you are sending your own men to jail. Not enough for you saying, nah, leave the women alone. They got too much mouth, walk away. Because when you sitting in front of that judge, the judge's going to weigh somebody saying something to you against somebody actually physically doing something to you. That's a big difference. They're telling these men, check their egos. Stay away from these women. Don't say nothing to these women. They telling you, well, it had to be the woman. Okay, the women to get better, and now they won't see their mothers, their fathers, their children, their nieces, their nephews. They now are messed up in life because you big dummies don't like women so much that you'd rather see another black man in jail so you could say you won the argument. So we'll get better while y'all in jail. It's consequences for everything that you do. So if you figure her consequences was getting popped in the mouth. Well, his consequences is going to jail. And you guys don't care anyway, because you don't know none of these men. Why would you care if they go to jail? Why would you care? Long as you put that big old video out there of what they're doing to one, that's all you care about. You part of the problem. And your ass gonna burn. Your ass is going to burn. You supposed to be elders, older men, elders. So I think. So I think and so I thought. So I thought. So I think you're not elders. You better get paid off, the black woman and black man. So the black woman is getting abused. I guess her mouth. And then the black man is going to jail. So y'all help fill in the jail cell. But ain't nobody gonna say that though. But we will discuss that tomorrow on the other channel. But tomorrow on this channel, we will be discussing polite. 7 years in jail, 10 years probation, because he did not want to go to trial. So does that mean 7 straight years? I don't know. And then her mother also speaks out. So we will continue with the daily news, daily topics, and we're going to wait for this part 2 to come out. You know, y'all said that's where he get. Hey, my sister love, what's up, baby? That's what he should have got more. He should have got more. That's just that time gonna go by really fast. And I don't even know if that's 7 years straight. So I don't even know about that. But like I said, I will continue the news. I will continue the topics. But I'm definitely going to talk about them 2 topics tomorrow. If these bones let me do it, we will be talking about it. Anytime you can justify somebody getting hit in the brick and coming up with 50 million reasons why, oh, we should hear what type of woman she is. We should hear what she said about. I don't give a damn what she said about men. She can say what she want, and you justifying. Oh well, she should have said about men, and that's why nobody want to help her. Well, y'all better help homeboy in jail. How about that? How about helping him in jail? Cause that's exactly where he going. He will get more. He can't do 10-year probation. Okay. We will be discussing that tomorrow on here. And we'll talk about them incels over there. They're a bunch of incels. And they want to go back and forth. There is no going back and forth. There is no, well, you know what? You right. There is none of that. Woman got assaulted. Y'all don't want to do nothing, fine. Fine. Don't. But long as you know that we know that you know it's okay, because you want to see women get beat up, and you also want to see men go to jail, that's y'all gonna burn. But we're gonna talk about that ish tomorrow. And y'all damn mammies, y'all helping sending the man to jail too. We are not put on this damn earth to put a pacifier in no damn man's mouth. There's nowhere says that we have to do everything because we don't want to fragile their ego. We can't even say nothing in peace. We can't say nothing, can't do nothing. They want us to walk on permanent eggshells. Something is really wrong. Something is wrong with these incels. That these dust mites, these garbage bags, these bandits, that they want every woman to walk on eggshells because they can't think and cannot control themselves. They want every woman to walk on eggshells because they want to back for the other team. So go back for the other team in peace. Go on. Go right ahead. We're at the point in the time in these days, they're doing it anyway. Go right ahead and do it. But we are not going to walk on eggshells to keep protecting y'all feelings. Oh, what a feeling. Well, anyway, I am out of here. Like I said, that's the two topics tomorrow. Y'all, my replay gang. Whoop, whoop. Drop your comments. Don't forget my replay gang. Hit the like. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. I am out of here. Peace.